Hello, BTS lovers. For BTS fans, hearing the news of a member undergoing military service is an emotional moment. Recently, Jungkook, ARMY's beloved magne, appeared in a sudden and shocking live broadcast. In that moment, many unexpected stories unfold, including the deep feelings of his best friend and colleague, Jimin, who now serves in the same division. Since serving in the army, Jungkook showed another side of himself that amazed many people. He is believed to be one of the cooks in his division. This role is certainly not easy, given the demands of a task that requires precision, hard work, and great responsibility. However, Jungkook went through it all with dedication, although sometimes there were visible signs of fatigue on his face. In his recent live broadcast, Jungkook greeted millions of fans around the world. He looked relaxed and sat in a simple room that became his resting place. This moment was a big surprise because Jungkook rarely appeared on social media since serving in the army. However, there was one thing that caught the attention of the fans. On his right hand, a red look that seemed to have just happened. Although he did not mention what actually happened, many fans suspected it was because of the training he was undergoing. Jimin, Jungkook's close friend who served in the same division, was the first to notice the condition. In a short interview with the media, Jimin expressed his feelings at seeing Jungkook, who remained cheerful despite his injuries. "I know how hard he works. Jungkook always gives 100% for everything he does, even here in the military. When I saw his wounds, I felt sad, but at the same time I was very proud of him. He is the definition of a tough soldier," Jimin said with a tone full of emotion. Jimin also added that he was very happy to see Jungkook able to enjoy his time off after undergoing such strict and disciplined training. "Seeing him laugh and greet fans like that, it makes me happy. He deserves these moments," added Jimin. Jungkook's live broadcast was not only a fun moment for the fans, but also full of meaning. In the live, Jungkook shared stories about his new life in the military, how he misses his family, friends, and, of course, the army. "I feel like living here taught me a lot of new things," Jungkook said on the broadcast. "I learned to cook for a lot of people, something I had never imagined before. It's hard, but I feel proud to be able to do it." After the live broadcast ended, social media was immediately flooded with speculation about Jungkook's hand injuries. Some suspect it was the result of a minor accident in the kitchen, while others believe it may have happened during a military exercise. However, many were amazed at how Jungkook remained smiling and did not show his pain. This attitude earned him even more respect, not only by fans, but also by his military colleagues. The relationship between Jungkook and Jimin was always in the spotlight, even before they were drafted into the army. In the midst of a demanding task and a stressful environment, their friendship seems to be growing stronger. Jimin is often seen supporting Jungkook on various occasions, and vice versa. Jungkook also always relies on Jimin. "He was my brother, not only on stage, but also in real life," Jimin said. "We support each other, strengthen each other. That is the most valuable thing." Although there is still time before they complete their conscription duties, many begin to wonder about their plans after leaving the service. Will Jungkook continue his music career with renewed vigor? How will the friendship between Jimin and Jungkook continue to develop? To be sure, moments like this live broadcast provide some relief for fans who miss the BTS members. And with the support of each other, Jungkook and Jimin proved that they are a vivid example of true friendship. For us, it's not just about being a member of BTS. It's about being a family, Jungkook said, ending the broadcast with a warm smile. One sentence is enough to make millions of ARMY hearts around the world again feel their love and admiration for this legendary group. After Jungkook's live broadcast ended, millions of fans from all over the world were still silent, digesting every moment that had just happened. Jungkook's cheerful face, although decorated with small wounds on his hands, left a deep impression. For many, it was a reminder of how hard life can be in the military, even for a famous idol. Meanwhile, inside the barracks, a different atmosphere envelopes the division where Jungkook and Jimin served. Their colleagues began to joke, discussing how Jungkook was in the spotlight again after the broadcast. However, in between the laughter, Jimin was seen sitting in a corner of the room, looking at his phone screen. There was a mixed expression on his face, pride, admiration, and a hint of guilt. "I just wish he could rest longer," Jimin whispered to a close colleague. He was too hard on himself, even while on leave. What many people don't know is that Jungkook has shown incredible determination since the first day he arrived at training camp. Not only as a cook, he also often took the initiative to help his colleagues in other tasks, including cleaning the barracks area or volunteering for additional tasks. However, this dedicated lifestyle also has consequences. The small wound on Jungkook's hand, while seemingly trivial, was actually the result of a combination of heavy duty and relentless persistence. On several occasions, Jimin even had to remind Jungkook to rest and not force himself. He had a habit of always giving more than was asked, Jimin said in a conversation with a military trainer. "That's the thing that makes it special, but it also worries me." Seeing Jungkook in this condition brought Jimin back to their old memories as BTS members. He recalled how hard Jungkook trained from a young age, often harder than anyone else in the group. There were moments where Jungkook almost gave up, but always got back up with even greater vigor. "He was the little brother who never stopped surprising me," Jimin said with a small smile. And now, here, she proves once again that she is more than just an idol. He is someone who is strong, kind, and determined. A few days after that live broadcast, a shocking news emerged from their division. The military trainer officially awarded Jimin for his contribution, as Jungkook's cook and most diligent member helps his teammates. This news immediately spread among fans, making many people even more proud of the Magne. However, the most touching was Jimin's reaction to the award. On a private occasion, Jimin secretly prepares a handwritten letter for Jungkook, a form of appreciation that can only be done by someone who knows him very well. "To Jungkook, my brother who always worked hard, I know you never sought recognition, but you deserve it more than anyone. Thank you for inspiring us all, including me. I'm proud of you." When news of Jungkook's award finally reached the ears of the army, many felt inspired by his dedication and hard work. Not a few expressed their gratitude through social media, calling Jungkook a true role model. However, despite all the spotlight, Jungkook remains humble. In one of the occasions of speaking with his colleagues, he revealed a message that moved many people. "I just do what I think is right. The military is a place where we learn a lot about ourselves, and I feel like this is an opportunity to become the best version of myself," Jungkook said with a simple smile. Jimin, who heard those words, couldn't hide his feelings. He patted Jungkook on the shoulder and said, "You've always been the best, before you even knew it." Jungkook's live broadcast, a small cut on his hand, and the award he received are just a few parts of a long story about how Jungkook and Jimin lived their days in the military. In the midst of it all, one thing remains clear. The love of the army never goes out. For fans, every moment with Jungkook and Jimin, even if only through the screen, is a reminder of the deep relationship they have built over the years. And when they finally return from the draft, the love will only grow stronger, ready to welcome them with warm hugs and renewed vigor.